Hello, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back. This is Force here. Hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. It is a late Saturday afternoon for me, and I decided to sit down and record a little bit of a vlog. I just wanted to talk to you guys, talk with you sort of about the state of the channel, what's been going on, some things that relate to sort of my job and subsequently my life here, and sort of what to expect going forward. You know, we're coming up into the busy season. There's going to be a lot going on in video games, and as such, we're going to be sort of adding some variety. But I want to touch on those things, I guess, as we go throughout the video. Now, in the background, you're going to see some Hearthstone gameplay, just so you're not staring at a blank-ass screen. I didn't really feel like setting up the camera to do my face or anything. I've been in the sun all day. I am super burnt. I don't... Hey, you don't even care. Why does it even... It doesn't even matter to you. I need to learn to put on sunscreen. If you could send me tweets every so often on the weekend and say, Forrest, if you're outside, put on some damn sunscreen. You don't burn your... This is terrible. You destroy the DNA in your cells. Do you know what that is? When you burn, when your skin changes colors, is because you literally destroyed your cells. Your cells like, okay. Science. Okay, science. That's not a science vlog. We want to talk about the channel. So we got some Hearthstone gameplay background. I don't think that should surprise anybody. There's a lot of Hearthstone content on my channel. In fact, it has predominantly been Hearthstone and Heroes gameplay for a couple of months now, maybe even like the past year. I mean, honestly, I've had some people sort of talk to that negatively, and I don't think it's so much because... Even if they don't enjoy the games, I think it's just more because people are looking for more variety. And, you know, I did like when I had more variety than I have over the, let's just say for the past couple of months, than I've had over the past couple of months. Now, that's not to say that there's no precedent, because let's not forget that this channel started off exclusively as a StarCraft 2 strategy channel, for heaven's sake. I mean, the whole genesis of this career of mine here was just from a single game, one game that I played and I covered I made videos for and people watched it. And then that sort of changed eventually into being two games as I started to cover Diablo. And then once I guess had my fill with Diablo and StarCraft was in the rearview mirror for me personally, that is when I started sort of morphing this channel more into general gaming. And you know, even when I was focused on just those 1 to 2 games, I've been doing the Force feed for so long now. I mean, I've been doing that general gaming news show for so long, and that's changed so much. But there's a period of time prior to what this past half a year or so has been, or even the past year, there was a period of time where I really covered a myriad of things constantly. I think over time I settled that the Checkout series itself, I think that's a good name. I think it sort of fits the shoe as to what the content is. It's generally just a showcasing of a game after I played it for a few hours. That's a good series, and that's a series I want to bring back more often. You know, if you take a look at the playlist of Checkout, every time I do a video, they generally do pretty well. They on average get higher views than my daily Hearthstone or Heroes of the Storm videos. And it's not all about the views, of course not. It's also about what I'm interested in and what I'm passionate about, but I do like trying different games. I enjoyed that. I think I just burnt out eventually because I was doing so much of it, like almost every single day, devoting several hours to playing a brand new game, and that just becomes a bit much because truthfully I don't always enjoy them, and you can tell those in some of the videos. They'll come off very middling, and I'll be like, I didn't necessarily like this so much. So I guess the point is I'm gonna try to add some more variety because there has been more of it in the past, and especially when I run a show as consistently as I do as the Force feed, which is generally a general gaming show. It's still more. It's always going to be about what I'm interested in. I'm really never going to talk about things I don't care about. It's just not going to happen. If there are plenty of games coming out, I'm never talking about Madden or FIFA, not because I think they're bad games. I just don't play them, and I don't necessarily have interest in them. I mean, I'm not much of a sports guy as it is. I love physical activity, I love being outside, but sports, I never. So yeah, the channel's been a lot of the same for the past few months, and there's been a lot of things going on sort of behind the scenes that you may not know about. You probably don't know about, or maybe you do. Maybe you've heard other YouTubers talk about this year and how it's been a particular drag. So I've been doing this full-time as a full-time career for the past 5 years now. Yeah, it's 5 years. I started in the summer of 2010, and here we are in the summer of 2015, still trucking away. This is by far it has been by far the worst year in terms of ad revenue, straight up from YouTube. The money that we're getting month to month from YouTube ads is the lowest it's ever been. And you might say, well, Force, is it your views? No, my views have they've been steadily this year, consistently. If you take a look at the past, like if you go to my channel and you go to my videos and you take a look at the views of the videos over the course of the past 2 months, you will see that on average they're in the vicinity of 30 to 50. Now, usually within the first week of video, we'll sit around 20 to 25, but then over the course of a couple weeks, it generally climbs to 30, and the better performing videos get upwards of 50,000 views. Views are as good, if not better, than they've been in the past. Now, I've had spikes in the past where I've had videos go to 100, a couple 100,000 views, but that's never been a consistent thing for me. You know, I'm not Total Biscuit. I don't get 1, 2, 300,000 views per video. It just hasn't been that case for me. That'd be great if it was in the future, but it hasn't been in the past consistently that ever. In fact, I remember several years ago where I was averaging between 10 and 20,000 views. And my monthly views right now are anywhere between 3 and 4 million. And many times in the past, my monthly views would be between 2 and 3 million. So views are as good, if not better, than they are across the board than it's been in the past. It's just that the ad revenue, it's just been crap. I don't know what else to say. So as a result of that, I think you've seen me more getting into doing sponsorships and brand deals. I've done several videos over the past couple of months that have been sponsored. I'm currently in a sponsorship with Camcord. I'm going to be streaming for them every Friday for about 4 hours. And I'll be doing that for the next couple of months. And then I also, not too long ago, about a month ago, I did a sponsored episode of the Force feed. These are they've all been additional means of supplementing my income. I just sort of think I got to a point a couple of months ago where I was just like, you know, I love doing this, but it's just not doing as well as it was before. And I'm not here for a pity party. I don't want anyone, you know, coming to me being like, oh, Force, I would love to, like, I'm doing all right. You know, I make above the average household income as an individual person. So I'm doing just fine. I'm paying my bills. I'm not struggling to pay rent, but I'm also in the process of, you know, I'm 30 years old. I'm looking to purchase a house. I'm looking to start to really have some substantial savings. Eventually, in the next few years, probably start a family. These are all things that are on my mind. And with that being the case, and the stress of this being one of the lowest ad revenue years that I've had in the past 5 years, it's just been it's been stressful. There's no way around it. Money issues can be stressful, not because money is the most important thing in your life, but because money provides you with that cushion to just enjoy your life. Because if you're worried about your next meal and you're worried about paying your bills, but me in particular, I'm worried about my down payment for a house in the next year or two. These are things that just add stress, and that has affected, I can't deny it, that has affected my videos in some way. And you know what it's affected most? I won't even say it's affected my videos, because I think that I still put a lot of effort and energy into my videos. I'm more conscientious of it now than I was ever in the past, and I'm trying to make sure I'm just always enjoying what I'm doing. And it's not fake, I do enjoy what I'm doing, but to make sure that shines through, that comes through, and that's evident in the videos. That's a big thing of it, but when I am stressed out about things, when I'm worried about things, that definitely hurts my creativity. And that's a very important issue to touch on. Being creative, coming up with new ideas and new types of videos and new content is difficult for me personally when I'm stressing out. So all these things sort of combine together and sort of put me a little bit in a cruise control mode, although still trying to do good and make high quality in the videos that I produce. Still in a little bit of cruise control in terms of coming up with new ideas. And that's something that I'm trying to shift out of. As we get closer to the fall, the ad revenue does certainly get better, because this is where they're spending all their money to try to get people to go out in the holiday season and purchase stuff. So that shift is happening, and I'm also just trying to put in the effort, even though I am stressed out about some things. I'm trying to put in the effort to come up with new series, to do new content. And all of this, let's just wrap it all back around to what the video started out being about. So we're going to be still doing Hearthstone and Heroes, because I love both those games and I play them all the time. Hearthstone, I've just really gotten seriously back into this past month. I'm loving it. I'm playing it all the time. And as such, I'm doing videos. You may have noticed that shift into doing face cam, and there's been some pushback on it, but it's been overall very positive, and the views have reflected it as well. People enjoy it. And there's some psychology behind it. People tend to connect when they can see people's faces. They tend to connect more to the content. And I like it, especially on any videos that I do. It's about the fun, okay? So sometimes there's videos that are about the information, being informative. And sometimes there are videos that are just the gameplay videos that for me, I'm just there to have fun, have a good time, and share that with you guys. So stuff like Friday Night Magic and Hearthstone and Heroes, they all fit that bill. It's perfect. I'm there, I'm fun, it's gonna be expressive because crazy stuff happens, and it's always been that way, except now you can see my face when I'm reacting to stupid people doing stupid things, or just to crazy situations, or crazy RNG in Hearthstone. I just think it fits, I think it works, and I've enjoyed doing the content in this fashion a bit more than just the audio fashion. But videos like Check Out, where I'm just showing you the game and talking to you about the game and giving you my opinion, there's no reason for my face to be there, so it's not going to show up and stuff like that. So let's talk about what to expect going forward. You know, again, more Hearthstone and Heroes. I'm going to start getting back into Checkout, and I am trying to sort of get my creative juices flowing. I'm starting to get in a better place. I am starting to be a little bit less stressed, and for that reason, I'm coming up with new ideas, and I've had new ideas sort of brewing. I've always thought about potentially doing a podcast. No promises, but that's something that's still brewing in the back of my head. And I'd like to do some videos that I personally have never done before. They exist out there, but things like top 10 videos. I would actually really like to do that, and I'll tell you why. I've seen top 10 videos out there, and I'm like, no offense to people who've done them, but I'm like, I could do this a lot better. Like, I could probably do a much better video than this thing, and I'd like to try it because I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to cover different topics, and it'd be silly. I might even do a top 10 video about why top 10 videos are freaking stupid. And the whole video will be super hypocritical, but I also think that's hilarious. And some of you enjoy my humor, some of you don't, but it doesn't matter, really. If you don't like it, get that out of here. What are you doing? I guess that's it. I kind of rambled on a little bit, but once more, sort of wanted to share with you what's been going on, my thoughts about how the channel's been. And, you know, I'm not necessarily unhappy with how the channel's been, but I am unhappy with my lack of creativity, and I'd like to splash, at the very least, a little bit more variety into my weekly schedule in terms of the video I'm producing. So expect those things to be happening going forward, starting next week. This past week was actually especially poor. It's funny how that this video comes out right now, because this past week was just, I only put up like 4 or 5 videos, simply because I was gone for half the week, and most of them have been all Hearthstone videos, because I've been gone, and then when I have had time to play games, I've been playing Hearthstone, so I'm like, well, let's just cover that and put that on the channel. But anywho, I don't want to repeat myself too much. That is something that I tend to do quite often, and I've done already several times in this video, so let's just wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave your comments and thoughts in the video, in the comment section below, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to be out again tomorrow, so I don't necessarily know that you should expect any videos on Sunday, but back on Monday we'll be in full swing, and I'm going to start to seriously sit down and think about some of the creative ideas that I want to do. And also, oh, here's one more thing. Here's one thing that I haven't told anyone on the internet yet. I am really considering doing like a live action video series about being a professional gamer. Not a professional gamer like I'm esports. No. Like just my life. Like working from home full time as a YouTube video producer, it can be just stupid stuff happens all the time, and the daily life that I have is almost sitcom worthy, and I've really considered turning that into a video series, and I am heavily inspired by the likes of Pure Ponage. I loved that series. I thought it was just a riot back when I watched it in my WoW days, and even Original Athene. Talking OG, his first few WoW videos were great. I don't know that I'm going to go that heavy with the character part of it, but I think it could be, well, anyways, I don't want to talk about it too much, and I don't want to give you guys hopes and desires for something that might not end up coming through, but if I can get down to it and start writing a script for something like this, I think it could be amazing. I really do. All right, hope you guys once again have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for watching. Here I am repeating myself again. Get off the freaking mic, Dennis. Get out of here. You guys have a good weekend. I'll see you next week.
from the junkie.
It's hammer time!
I dream and the wind trembles.
Put this apple on your head.
Armor made to fit.
I shall bring you rest.
I can take the hit.
I shall bring you
Strike.
Brace for impact.
Bring the pain.
Brace for
I
impact.
shall bring you rest.